Hello everyone, my name is Taylor.
And I'm Kelly.
And we are the co-hosts of Jumping Bomb Audio, the #1 show all about the world of Joshi Pro Wrestling. Every other Monday, we're coming at you with news, show reviews, and previews of upcoming Joshi action.
So whether you're just getting into the scene or you've seen it all, this is the show for you.
Check us out on the Voices of Wrestling podcast network and wherever you get your audio.
Hey kids, Jeff Hawkins from Shake Them Ropes here, and for almost 15 years we have been part of Voices of Wrestling. Myself and Chris Novembrino give a review of that week's news, the lazy river of wrestling criticism of that week's WWE and AEW, and then Vader Club, where we watch something from one of our past, or something we may have missed. Smart, snarky, and sometimes serious, but not always. That's us, and if that's your vibe, we'd love to have you listen to Shake Them Ropes every week on the Voices of Wrestling podcasting network.
This podcast is a member of the Voices of Wrestling podcasting network. Visit voicesofwrestling.com to hear the rest of our great podcasts, as well as show reviews, columns, opinions, and updates across the world of wrestling.
Here we go! Kiss me like a love song. So that mama call me. Whoa, whoa, 君へ片思い。恋が走り出したら。
You're listening to the Emerald FlowShow on the Voices of Wrestling podcast network.
Welcome to episode 92 of the Emerald FlowShow. I'm Gerard here with Paul. We're just going to skip the usual spiel at the beginning and just get right down to obviously what everyone has been, talking about and are definitely aware of at this point is just the tragic passing of Taishin Nagao. Just completely, we knew he was still in like critical care, but it still kind of snuck up. I thought, okay, well, look, he might never wrestle again, but I did not expect this. And it sounds like from the information that we got that he got sepsis, and then the decision was his family made the decision to take him off life support, only so young. So I don't even know what to think of this, Paul. It was just completely shocking, and one of those. This has been pretty shocking deaths in wrestling, but this one, in terms of affecting me, is up there.
It's like he's 21, right? Like
like
his life had just started, really. Like from what it sounds like, his injuries were pretty severe, but like I don't like, because for me the thing was like I like at first I was like, oh, he's in the intensive care unit or whatever, and it's that's going to be bad. Like when we first heard of it, like my thing was more like, oh, that's bad. Like hopefully he can like recover from that and everything, and then we'll see where we're at. And then we didn't really hear anything for a while, and then it became like, oh, he's still in the ICU. And at that point I was like, oh, this has to be like at this point I was like, okay, his career is over, because like most likely, because like if he's still there after like a month or so, I think it was at that point, I was like, oh, that's bad. But like even throughout all of that, like I never thought that it was still a situation of he could die.
Right.
Like that just, like, I don't know, like you never think of like somebody that young being like obviously they can, like everybody at any point really kind of can die, but you never think of somebody that like at 21 that they can die. Like they almost seem like invincible in a weird way, and
or at least like, be permanently injured but not die.
Yeah,
Just
exactly.
completely
Yeah,
die.
yeah. It's just like it's just it's a tragedy. Like it's just
It
a
is a
complete
tragedy, yeah.
tragedy. Like there's so much he could have done. Even let's say if like the injuries like would have like left him unable to continue his career. There's so much more he could have done with his life. There's so much more he could have like experienced, and now there's just nothing, just an empty void, and it's awful. Like it's just awful. Like also for all of the people left behind, and just like from what we've heard of it, it seems like a good, like most of the roster kind of saw it happen too.
I mean,
right?
my God, Zion is making me cry.
Oh yeah, with him coming out there, and like it seems like he was really close to him.
Yes. Well, I mean, I'm sure he was like, Taishin was like, you got to watch the Ford.
Yeah. Oh yeah. No, of course,
Yeah,
of course. But still, like it seems like it's. I also don't really know what to say, to be honest. It's just
I don't want to get into like too much high speculation, but what do you assess, at least reasonably, from the information that we have learned? Obviously, Dave Meltzer has had stuff, and it's pretty clear who he's getting that from.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't think. Okay, I'll just put my cards on the table. What I believe, I think most of what we've heard in English seems reasonable, and any discrepancies that are coming from Davey Boy Smith Jr., who's clearly he was talking to, is more like Davey Boy Smith Jr. not being the sharpest knife in the drawer, as opposed to outright lying to Dave.
Yes. So, but my thing is, like, to me, from everything I've heard of it, it seems like a freak accident.
Yes.
Like, right? Like, what we've heard is that he was basically, like, ironically enough, he was like basically waving the bus out of the parking lot, and like to prevent somebody accidentally getting run over by the bus. And
it was in the rain.
Yeah, slipped on the puddle, and the bus driver, for some reason, didn't do what you're supposed to do, which is stop if you can't see the spotter. If you can't see the spotter, don't drive backwards. That's why the spotter is there. And he didn't do that, and so he ran him over, is basically what it sounds like.
Yeah, I mean, because if you're being a spotter, you've got to be, you're probably you're not right beside the bus. So this driver must have had his foot on the gas for like several seconds.
Yeah.
As opposed to like Nagao just like literally right being beside the bus and getting hit by one like, sudden movement.
Yeah.
There must have been some sort of like move that's, to some. Anyway, I don't want to get into the speculation too much, but it does seem like a driver error from what we know.
Yeah, it does sound like that. And in terms of in terms of communication from All Japan, it is an active police investigation. It's a medical issue. Japanese companies, as they are very tight-lipped when it comes to this stuff.
I was going to say, yes. I mean, I'm not going to try to let All Japan off the hook, especially with, Fukuda being a weird guy. But I think especially people in North America have to understand that other countries, Japan famously, but also France is also very much known for this. They have really strict privacy regulations. So this idea that you're going to get like these detailed medical updates like you would for maybe, I don't know, like the President of the United States releases his medical checkup every year. You don't get that other places.
No.
Yeah, celebrities will keep you updated with their medical, some anyway, will keep you updated with their medical situation. Some are private. But there's just a more willingness, openness, I think, in North America. And I think that sort of confusing. I don't know. Europe might be different, but I know France is Europe in general, but I know France is pretty strict about this.
And I mean, that's the other thing where it's like, well, All Japan might not have known what his actual like medical situation is because, again, I don't know what the rules are in Japan, but again, in Germany, I don't have to tell my company what my medical situation is. Like they're not even allowed to ask me. Yes, I just can't. I just have to say I'm in the hospital. I don't need to tell them why I'm in the hospital, right? Like that's private. That's private. So again, it's up. Like I can tell them if I want to. Like there's nothing stopping me from telling them, but I don't have to tell them. They don't have a right to ask me why I'm in the hospital. Like if they ask me, that actually would be grounds for like an actual lawsuit on my end, basically. If the company were to ask me why I'm in the hospital.
Yeah. So as a result of this, All Japan has now contracted out their transportation, and they got rid of the bus, I think.
Yeah, they got rid of the
From what I
bus. It's
understand.
all going to be like, because basically the bus was theirs, but the driver wasn't. The driver was hired externally.
But he had
Now
been there
they,
a couple of years. From
yes,
what I guess, yeah.
but now they got rid of the bus, and it's only going to be like they are going to hire like a bus service basically to like drive them around everywhere now.
Well, I mean, it sort of makes sense given that their schedule is not what it once was. So
Yeah, that's the other thing. Like
the savings of owning a bus might be negligible at this point.
Yeah, and I mean, for example, like that also means like for example, you can now like hire like a local bus as well, right? Like you can actually like you don't have to take the bus all around the country anymore. You could actually, in theory, just like take the train and then just hire a local bus service that picks you up from the train station and drives you to like where you need to go.
Well, you got to move the ring. Oh, that's part of
No, that wasn't going to be in a bus. Yeah, that's a truck.
Yeah,
that's
right,
separate
yeah.
anyway. Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense. So Fukuda held a press conference that they didn't announce on their website, but they told the press because like Nikon Sports and Tokyo Sports were like All Japan's having a press conference about Nagao on last Friday, but it was not on their website that this press conference was happening.
Yep.
So they filed. So it's ongoing police investigation. Although I don't know when this police investigation started, if it's always been ongoing or if it started once he passed away. But it seems I don't know how these things work. But it's on. So there is a police investigation. They filed a report with United Japan. I guess I don't know. Maybe to sort of cover their asses if the government comes sniffing.
Yeah, that one was the weirdest one. I don't know why. Yeah, I guess maybe that's the thing because it's supposed to be the lobby group. So.
Yeah, and I think Fukuda said that like we're prepared that there may be a wrongful death lawsuit also, which Fukuda's got to pay out of his pocket, basically.
Yeah, and doesn't seem unreasonable to be quite honest. Like it's who's at fault will have to be established, but like very clearly something went wrong here.
I mean, it will have to be proven that the company should have done more due diligence on this driver.
Yes, they should have vetted it. Like it's not like Fukuda. It's not like Fukuda was behind the wheel. Yeah, but it should have. I don't know how far they actually vetted this guy, or if this was just a dude that somebody knew, where they didn't even really vet like what bus this guy actually like knew how to drive or whatever.
Yeah. So I think I mean that's the most of the actual news updates. We'll get to the tribute show, which was also very moving a little later. I almost feel like bad talking about it because like he died, but it's also a huge blow to the company itself. And I've also enjoyed All Japan since his passing, and it continues to look good. So I just feel really weird about this.
Yeah.
I
mean, it's like to some degree, like I mean, not like it's I don't think I have a really like pithy thing to say, to be honest, on this.
Yeah, no, I don't. I just feel weird because it's like I wanted to be, I don't know, more angry, but I just sat down and watched these shows and had a good time. So it just made me feel weird. I don't know what else to say. It's because a lot of times also like there's especially because of the way the show was, like the tournament finals is a very different feeling than like a more traditional tribute show that someone passes on, like the Atsushi Aoki memorial show.
Yeah.
Which was designed all around him.
Yeah.
Most of this show being about Kento.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. Of course. Yeah. That. I don't. Yeah. I sometimes think like how we would have covered that if we had the podcast like for like the Aoki thing, or like God forbid for like Misawa.
Mm-hmm.
So that probably would have been like an equally weird feeling coming on to talk about that too.
Yeah. So we'll then continue. Also, obviously, rest in peace to Taishin Nagao, and my heart goes out to his family and everybody in the company who are clearly devastated. Wasn't there long, but he clearly had a big impact on these people.
Yeah.
So we'll quickly talk about what we missed last week, and I can't believe I missed this because I loved it. But on Dangerous Gate on I think August 17th. We had Asuki Yagi, Ryo Inoue, and Yuma Aoyagi defeating Dragon Kid, Yamato and the rookie Kazuma Kimura in 1654 when Inoue made Kimura submit to the crab hold. Paul, this was like just good vibes interpromotional match, like with the young boys providing the hate and the passion.
I mean, I can imagine. I mean, Dragon Gate is always pretty good at these like 6-man tags.
Yeah.
Like, do you think it's gonna like? Do you think it was just a one-off, or do you think it's gonna lead to like anything more?
Well, Doi's got his was it 20th anniversary show?
Oh yeah, that's true. Yeah, that's
Shinjuku
coming
in
up. Yeah.
October, and it's going to be All Japan versus Dragon Gate, and they announced Kimura versus Inoue.
Ooh, okay. I mean, that actually should be interesting.
Yeah, so that feud continues. But and it's weird because I thought the Aoyagi brothers shtick hits a little different in Dragon Gate.
I mean, it fits like because it's a bit more of a zanier promotion in general, right?
Yes.
So I think it fits a bit better there.
I mean, Aoyagi was doing comedy, but it was also a little more serious because he was also trying to get a rise out of the Dragon Gate fans.
I mean, he's also, I assume, was by far the largest guy in the ring as well.
Yes, he was. So he was playing the dick heel comedy instead of like a buffoon.
Yeah, which I think that actually works quite well.
Yes, it's better comedy for him. So I just wanted to touch on that because that was a great match. You should seek it out if you haven't seen it yet, and it's obviously going to lead to Doi anniversary show, which I think will be really great. And I have no clue how to watch it.
It's probably going to be on
Dragon Gate network.
Maybe. I mean, that would be the easiest one. But
I wonder if it would even air live on Gaora, since All Japan and Dragon Gate are both Gaora companies.
Yeah, or it's going to air on some weird service we've never heard of before.
Yes. And so we move on to Big Japan, which just had a show at Korakuen Hall on September 14th in front of 603 fans. I believe that's up a little bit. So good for Big Japan.
By like 100, yeah.
Yeah. I only watched 3 matches on the show. Paul, did you see any of this?
No, I didn't, unfortunately. By the way, I might also now skip the December Korakuen for Big Japan and go to Great instead, because Big Japan also runs like Korakuen like January 31st. So I might actually go to that one instead.
Yeah, I mean, you might as well see Great while it still is.
Yeah, that's the thing. Yeah, this might be my last chance to see them. So and since I will now get to see Big Japan on the 31st at the very least, then yeah, I might as well just do Great instead. See if there's even still tickets available, actually.
So the matches I watched 3. So it was the second match of the show, which is Sota Manji and Kazumasu Yoshida defeating Leighton Buzzard and Jacob Crane in 9:15 with the Black Rain from Daimonji on Crane. And this is a lot of fun. Just a good, solid, hard-hitting tag match. Daimonji is really still one of the most underrated wrestlers on the planet.
Yeah.
And he's in 2 of the least watched companies in Japan.
That's the thing. Yeah. I think that might be the main reason why. He should, I don't know why he isn't getting picked up by bigger promotions.
Well, I wonder if there is heat between Sai and Lanzan in All Japan, but
maybe, yeah.
There may be. But Noah should give him a look.
Yeah, for sure.
He could be in Team 2000X.
Yeah. I think he would be perfect fit for that.
Yeah. And then after that, I watched the top 2 matches. So for the Big Japan Junior Heavyweight title, Kosuke Sato defeated Isami Kodaka in 1646 with the Bloody Sunday to make his second defense of the title. Paul, this was a very good match. I thought that the whole point of this match of getting Sato a big win over an established veteran like Kodaka was a great move. Crowd was so behind Sato. And I'd go 3 3/4 stars on this. But I will say this. Kodaka does look rough in terms of he can still do everything, but it looks like it's physically hurting him when he does everything.
Oh, that's not good.
Yeah, so he is definitely, he worked hard to make this kid look good. There's no like that. But it's just the way his movements and when he throws kicks and stuff, you're like, this guy's it looks like it's hurting him. He's running out of steam. But he pulled it together here, no question.
I mean, to be fair, his style is probably one of the most physically demanding styles out of any wrestler.
He's in his mid 40s by now too. Right?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Let's get his age here. 43. He'll be 44 in 9 days. So yeah.
Yeah. No, that's not surprising that his body isn't really holding up well. If anything, I will say that's probably a testament to him that he actually managed to hold up this
absolutely.
long, right? Like,
Yeah.
because it's not just the deathmatch stuff, it's also that he was just taking like massive bumps outside of just doing death matches, like because he was just still wrestling like this incredibly like high octane like physical style, whereas most deathmatch wrestlers just rely on the spots, but he wasn't doing that. So yeah, like the fact that he managed to like not slow down until his mid 40s is actually impressive, and it was
I
always
would
bound
say
to
it's,
happen.
more so like ever so slightly slowing down, but just moving really weird. I don't know.
Yeah. That's the
It's like
that's the other thing. It's not even like he's washed up yet. It's just more now. It's
he's
noticeable
on
that
the
it's
verge of
aging.
it. I mean, by just watching his body move,
Yeah.
But he pulled it all together to make Sato look good, which is like the main thing of this, right? And so, Sato's very solid. He's a little nondescript, to be completely fair, but he's always been a solid guy.
Yeah.
It's a good choice. So then we have the main event for the Big Japan World Strong Heavyweight Championship. Daichi Hashimoto defeated Shuji Ishikawa in 22-33 with the triangle arm lock, the same sort of triangle arm lock that his father used to defeat Nobuhiko Takada in the Tokyo Dome. But actually, this match was great. I went 4.25 stars on it. Towards the end, Daichi got busted open, and it was a good little cut that covered his face. Shuji also worked hard to make him look good, and Daichi also turned it up from the perfectly passable Daichi see in other title matches to a hardworking Daichi, actually. So, he was motivated here, hard hitting as you'd expect. Obviously not what Ishikawa was doing this very company, 9-10 years ago, but he wanted to make him look good, and he definitely did that. And I strongly recommend. It's a little bit below match of your level, but I still strongly recommend checking it out. Although I still think you should have put it on the big dog. In the Discord, this was the fail son versus the big dog.
Yeah. No. I when I saw the results, I was like, okay, I would have put it on Ishikawa here. Don't think this really Daichi isn't bad, but there's no excitement there.
Well, that's what I was going to say. And I think people might think, Daichi, young guy. Well, that's not really the case anymore.
It's not.
He's had multiple strong title reigns. This is not Muto beating Kaito Kiyomiya for the
No, absolutely not. Like,
and Daichi's established, so put it back on Tsuji for the nostalgia run, because God knows this company needs something fresh at top. And actually, yes, a 50-year-old Shuji Ishikawa is fresh as the Japan strong world heavyweight champion, but it is what it is.
Definitely fresh than Daichi.
Yeah,
Daichi is 33. Like, he's well established at this point. Like, that's fine.
Yeah, that's why. Obviously, maybe it's just a scheduling thing. Like, Shuji would have to make some appearances, at least for title defense and stuff like those, right?
Might also be that he doesn't want to do that many like big matches either.
Yeah, that could be it too, right? He'll do this, but he doesn't want to go and lose it to you, because if they put him in there with Yuya Aoki, he's gonna have to put his working shoes on again, or something like that.
Yeah.
Right? Or
he did hold the, what's it called again? The
GHC Hardcore?
The Kyushu Pro title, actually, for like a decent while. But he defended it. He defended it once and then dropped it after that. So
did he drop it to Kodai or whatever?
No. He won it from Kodai, defended it against Kodai, and then lost it to Hitamaru Sasaki.
Really? Oh, okay.
Yep.
That's interesting.
I don't think that show actually aired, now that I think about it. I don't think that was even one of the shows that made tape.
Ishikawa having a bit of a sneaky good year.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, for sure.
Confounding some critics that had written him off. But I think it was more of also like needed new scenery, because he was stale in All Japan, no question.
Oh, yeah. Like, there was nothing there for him to do anymore.
So that's Big Japan. I continue to make my way through it, but I'm only going to watch the big shows or shows with title matches on, because God.
No. Like,
it's depressing.
Don't watch the house shows.
Watching them, the mid card or undercard of some of these, but there's some decent stuff going on. But I mean, there's just a big void. It's even worse than All Japan in terms of like there's like nothing in the mid card. So our next thing is to Noah, but I'm going to bring this up here because I think this is relevant to Noah, but it was announced on NXT on Tuesday. NXT Homecoming. Charlie Dempsey's going to Japan for a month, and Paul, it's got to be Noah, right?
I mean, if not, then that relationship is dead. Yeah.
Unless he just really loves Hideki.
I mean, but if he's going to Noah, wouldn't they just have said it's Noah? Like, what did they specific? Like, did you see what they actually specifically said?
No, just that he said he was going to Japan for a month. I didn't watch it. I just read the the.
I mean, like, again, right? That's what I feel like because they do say, like, whenever Inamura pops up, they do say, like, oh, he's from Pro Wrestling Noah in Japan.
Yeah. I don't think that.
Wouldn't they just say
we
Noah?
were having all these discussions in the Discord, in the VOW Discord, and I think the point was someone brought it up, and I'm sorry, I forget who it was, but it's like, WWE is too busy counter programming AEW and doing AAA to bother to do much in Japan, and I think that's more.
They very obviously don't give a shit.
Yeah. So they're not going to be like, oh, he's going to Noah, or even think about that. Like they have to do that. So that's all this is, and he's only going for a month. And I assume it's Noah. I assume he's going to be there by Wrestle Odyssey, because there's here's the thing, Paul. There is only 3 shows left in the N1, and then there's only 2 shows before Wrestle Odyssey that are after the N1. So
really, doesn't make sense for him to be there before Odyssey.
He shows up? Do you think he shows up on the final show? And just wrestles. That would be a good place to debut him. To be.
Yeah. I mean, he technically at least some people should know him, right? He shouldn't be a complete unknown because of his brief, because he's a former Triple Crown challenger.
Yes, he is a former Triple. So yeah, and then I think it's just like you debut him on the final show, because that's where you do an angle, and then you get him. Mm-hmm. Although, I mean, it could be he actually starts in October, because that could be the case too, because there is there's like almost a 2-week gap between the first show in October and the last the finals of the N1. So is he going to sit around he might sit around in the dojo for like almost 2 weeks. I don't know. I mean, that could very well be part of it.
I mean, maybe, but he's going to be there for October, right?
Yeah,
it's kind of what the general assumption is.
Yeah,
I mean, no, okay, that's actually not that many. No, it's only like 2. I was like, maybe Great would be an option as well, but they only really run like 2 shows with the hookup through Nakajima.
Yeah, who knows? I guess I wouldn't completely dismiss that possibility either. Is he gonna get a title shot while he's there?
I mean, I don't want to say no, given that again he was immediately given a Triple Crown shot. But why would he get the shot before the N1 winner? That doesn't make that's the thing.
No. The N1 winner gets it at Wrestle Odyssey, but they got a Cork and Hall on the 16th, 5 days later.
You can do like a national title shot I think national title. If I gun to my head, I'm gonna say like he gets if he gets a title shot, he gets a national title shot, not a GHC title shot.
Oh, you think so, eh?
Yeah, because who else is gonna get one? I don't think they really set somebody up during the N1 so far.
Yeah, that's true. Also, I suppose Galeno is probably going to end up in WWE.
Yeah, that's the other thing. Yeah, Galeno's going to go there too. So they're not going to have a problem with him like jobbing to a guy that they're going to probably have like in their system in like, I mean, realistically, maybe already next year.
Yes. Yeah, for sure. It feels like he's getting his national title run now. Yeah, he could definitely be gone next year. I could see that. We're not shocked if he stayed another year and he was gone in 2027. But
I mean, he probably should be staying another year to get more seasoning. But if WWE like gives you a nice big contract, like it's hard, like especially because your brother's already there, probably hard to say no. Just to like be like, oh no, I need to stay here, make less money to get more seasoning.
The thing is, these days, I don't think staying an extra year is necessarily going to get you an appreciably larger contract.
And yeah, no, not unless you become like a big star with like New Japan, really.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, I'm just assuming this is all Noah, and that's what he's doing. He's going to come in a tour, maybe get a title shot. I mean, I think he's a great wrestler. Miles above most of the other NXT talent. I mean, there's only a few guys in NXT that I would circle and being like, I think these are great wrestlers, to be honest with you. He's one of them. And then I really like Obafemi.
Yeah.
And then Oh my God, I forgot his name now. Who was in the tournament? Who was in the N1? Not Josh Bridges.
Taven Austin.
Yes, Tavion Heights.
Oh, Tavion Heights. Sorry, Taven Austin was a wide receiver.
So I would go Dempsey, Obafemi, and Tavion Heights are the only NXT wrestlers that I have absolutely any interest in. And most of it because Femi and Tavion Heights are large men who throw people around, and Dempsey's a great technical wrestler.
Yeah.
So that's the thing. So we go on to Noah itself proper for the N1. And Paul, we discussed this earlier. There's no way in hell I'm going through every fucking match this tournament.
Oh God, no! This tournament is bad.
I feel
Can't believe Noah and All Japan just fucked us like this.
Well, look, I'm sorry. The Royal Road had lower lows, but I mean, this just had so many more matches to slog through.
Yeah,
that's the thing.
But then again, they didn't give me 20 minutes of Zion versus Ayabe.
Well, I that's not the worst. It's the Odyssey matches.
Oh God, Jesus,
I made my weird let's give this those 2.25 stars to Ren Ayabe and Zion.
It's like the reverse of the stair match, where the stair match was only good if you watched it live and you didn't know that they were gonna stare at each other for an hour. And it's terrible on VOD.
I watched the stair match live and I still hated it.
Fair. No, but this one is if you go in and you expect it to be 20 minutes, I think it's less bad than being there in the moment and then just hear the 15-minute call and them not really looking like they're anywhere close to the finish and the color just drains from your face and be like, oh no. So yeah, that's my take. But yeah, no, this tournament is also it's also a big slog to get through as well.
Okay, so I actually think the last couple shows had gotten a little better, but we'll get to that. Mm-hmm. So we'll start quickly. First night, 1548, Super No Vacancy Full House. I'm not surprised. Paul, what did you enjoy on this match? Because I thought actually this first night was actually not bad at all.
No.
Obviously, Ozawa and Marufuji.
Yes. I think maybe the one that kind of is notable, and I think it's kind of more notable now in hindsight, is the Fujita Sasaki match.
Yes.
I think in the moment I think what I noted was they really don't see anything in Sasaki when they're just feeding him like this to Fujita. I mean, Fujita went on kind of a run, but I think that's still kind of my take where I think they when they gave him the Nakamura match, they were yeah, maybe there's something here, but it feels like now they've just kind of are just happy to just with him just being a mid-carder. Yeah. With him just being kind of nothing.
I like that match though, because it was just the shooters going quick, and that's probably the best way to do that style.
Oh yeah, no, that it was a fun match. I was just oh wow, they just because that was one guy I had kind of labeled down as Fujita would be willing to drop to him because he's a shooter.
Yes, exactly.
And then Fujita just kind of squashes him in 4 minutes.
Daikinaba, Jack Morris, good for what it was. Hardtoto Galeno, good. Ricky Knight Jr. versus Keno. I thought it was actually a good debut for Ricky Knight Jr.
Yeah, it's just that there's not much there with him.
Well, here's the thing. I haven't seen much Ricky Knight Jr. prior to this, but what I will say is he's trying to wrestle a lot more simple, doing a lot less of the crazy British shit, for lack of a better term. Yeah. So, I think because he'd probably be botching shit. I don't know. But I mean, I think he's been completely inoffensive, and I thought his first match was good. So we'll talk a second about Marufuji versus Ozawa. So Marufuji did not try to catch him at all. Now, is this a thing of I'm too slow and old to move to catch him, or I don't want to be catching him doing that shit?
I think it might have been I think it might have been legitimately he just wasn't able to get into position quickly enough.
Yeah,
because I assume if you do a spot like that,
you have you've worked that before.
Yeah, exactly. That's not something Ozawa just does basically just in the spur of the moment. It's just I'm gonna do this fucking dive over the guardrail. So yeah, no, this looked more like Marufuji just wasn't able to get there in time, because his knees are fucked.
Yeah, and so of course, what's the name of the Ozawa injury? The
Liz Frank.
Liz Frank, that's it. Thank you. Yeah. So we're looking at 3-4 months, maybe more.
Yeah, that's what I mean. If it goes well, he might be able to come back in time for the New Year's show. Mm-hmm. But it depends. Again, that again, like that kind of stuff is always uncertain. But if it goes well, then he might be able to make it in time. But realistically, might also be that he's not back until the end of January, or maybe like middle of February.
Well, the reason why I think he's probably maybe has a window or an idea of when he's returning is he's still working angles, Paul.
Yeah. Like ironically enough, it looks like they're doing the same thing a year later that they did with him last year. Only this time the injury is actually legit.
Well, it was legit last year too, I think, wasn't it?
I don't know. I still don't know if that one was legit or not, because it just kind of worked out too neatly. So
sure. But yes, so I mean, he could be turning face when he returns, or he could just be returning and then looking like he's going to be a baby face, and then turn on someone and maintain his heel persona. Like,
yeah, he's a bit over. Right now, he's a bit over the top.
Yeah.
It's
a baby face, trying to be a baby face. Yeah. And just before we get to the top two matches, Masa Kitamiya versus Manabu Soya. Were you a little disappointed?
Yeah, that there wasn't much there. That was definitely one where it's like, oh, it's gonna be like two guys slapping into each other, and it was not bad, but it was also just kind of nothing really.
Yeah. Now let's talk about the best match of the show. For the GHC Junior Heavyweight title, Hiromu Takahashi defeated Yohei in 1747 with the time bomb too. Somehow Yohei made 4 successful defenses of this title. He failed here on his 5th. And Hiromu is the 59th champion. And this was not touring Hiromu. This was serious. I want to be a star Hiromu. And this was great.
Yeah, no, this was the best match of the tournament, which unfortunately it's not part of the tournament. Yeah, no, this was awesome. This was definitely like by far the best match of the on the show. Until like this, I think out of all of the matches that we watched for this batch, right? I think there's only one match that I think was better than this one. We'll get to that one later. And I think you probably know which match I'm talking about there. So yeah, but this was awesome. Like I went 4 stars on this one. Yeah. It again showed that like Hiromu, when he wants to, like, obviously he's still great. I mean, I just saw him against Kyle Fletcher. I have a great match of Kyle Fletcher as well. So no, I think he's gonna be like, I think it's good for the division. Who knows how long he's gonna like stay around. And if I'm Noah, I'm making like a serious pitch to like try and poach him. Like because he could be a credible heavyweight in Noah.
Yeah, but if Naito, once his stem cells or whatever set in, I think he took European booking too, hasn't he?
Yes.
If he waltzes back,
he's gonna be at the like WXW shows like next weekend.
Are you gonna go?
Yeah, I already have. I have the tickets right over there at hotel books and everything. I'm literally flying from a business trip to Ireland, not back to Berlin. I'm flying to Düsseldorf. So,
is Owada-san going to be there?
I haven't seen an announcement for it yet, but I mean, he worked GWF, so I wouldn't be shocked if he's there.
Okay, but if Naito does waltz back into New Japan, which some people speculated may eventually happen like next year, Hiromu's not going to.
Probably not, but. If I'm Noah, I'm at least, poking it a little bit.
Quote with a contract quote. Sure.
Like worst he can say is no, and best case scenario, all of a sudden you have a massive star on your roster.
Yeah. So a good angle when this ended, because a bunch of the juniors came out, including Daiki Otoshima. But it was Ada that eventually came out and got the first challenge at a Wrestle Odyssey.
Yeah.
Which is kind of a big match, although maybe it doesn't feel like as big as it would have been a few years ago.
No, a few years ago, like both men were bigger stars, to be honest. But I definitely think Ada's star has like diminished more than Hiromu's has.
Oh, for sure. But it's Sumo Hall, and those are still 2 of the biggest names you've got that you can do in that match. Do you have a feeling for where this is going? Is this going to be on January 1st, or is it going to be? Are they actually going to make someone and use Hiromu? What you do when you bring in a big outsider?
I wouldn't even be shocked if Eita just wins it, to be honest. Because this could also just be a thing where like Hiromu did it because like the G1 was happening, they didn't put him in it again. So he was like, well, I don't have anything to do. So, I'm going to like go wrestle in AEW. I'm going to go like wrestle a bit of Noah because you don't need me right now. And now the G1 is over. So because again, he was supposed to win this belt earlier than this, right? Like because Yohei got injured. And so they had to do this match later. So realistically, this actually wouldn't have been a title match. This probably would have been like a title defense here. So yeah, I see. So I wouldn't be shocked if Ada wins it, but again, at the same time, I also wouldn't be shocked if like this goes to like the New Year show. I think that would be the smarter play. It's just the question whether or not he will be available for that or not. If New Japan is like fine with him, like wrestling just like like wrestling in a big match 3 days before the Dome, basically.
Yeah. I don't think New Japan seems to really care about him much these days.
Yes, that's the reason why as Noah I would poke him, but still, yeah.
So then we go to the main event. Kaito Kiyomiya defeated Kenta in 13:49 with a skywalk elbow. I mean, it was good as in like 3.5, maybe 3 3/4, but I felt like these guys were holding back, which makes me think that we got a rematch coming up soon.
Yes, yeah. Oh no, obviously. So hopefully that one will be better. I think this match was kind of emblematic of the general like effort level in the tournament, where like I went in with fairly high expectations, and then this was just kind of there.
Well, this is actually on the top of my head now, so I'll bring it up so I don't forget about it later. Paul, do you think that Kenta wanted to be in this tournament, or they made Kenta work this tournament?
Okay, but if Kenta doesn't want to be in a tournament, then I wouldn't be like put the title. Like I don't know if he demanded to put the title on him,
but then hasn't the GH? Wasn't there one year that was it Kaito that sat at this tournament despite being?
Yeah, because no, there was
Or was it?
There was somebody. No, it wasn't. Somebody did. Somebody sat out the tournament as champion, but I don't remember who it was. It wasn't that long ago. I think we were already doing the podcast.
Yeah. Anyway, I'll look that up, but I don't think that's the worst. I think you could get away with that, especially, Paul. This is a short tournament that like lasts like 2 weeks in mostly small venues. You could have had Kenta sit it out because, look, he's just not going to give you. He can look. I think we've established that the man can still have big matches, but you can't stick him out in a bunch of single matches in 2 weeks.
Yeah,
you just can't do that. I guess. Does that make sense?
I mean, unless they were just like, yeah, we're just gonna do this tournament and it's gonna be real low effort, which seems to be the general vibe for the tournament. So
yeah, I mean, it's weird because it's like, well, should we be mad at Kenta? But like,
no, I would be mad at him if everybody else was working hard and he wouldn't. But it's not like everybody else is working hard.
Yeah, for sure. He's not the only. Okay, so
Vegeta is one of the hardest workers in the tournament.
I know. So obviously Ozawa forfeits all of his matches. Oh, I said this when it happened, and they should have just done it because as we'll get to later, you already see some wonky booking that I think because of Ozawa's in.
Yeah.
Sugiura
because you need to make these things sense. Yeah.
Is Sugiura really that maybe he really is that grumpy old bastard that maybe.
I think because the thing is they don't generally replace people after the tournament has started. Like if you remember, like last year, Go got injured before the tournament. Then they replaced him with Kotoge. And then when Kotoge got injured in his first match, they didn't replace him. So I think that's more of the thing where like, no, the tournament has started. So that's why, like if Ozawa had gotten injured on the show beforehand, I think they would have tried to find a replacement. But I think the general rule is once the tournament has started, you don't do replacements anymore.
They have replaced like not Noah, but like in Japanese tournaments, people have been replaced after the first match. But I guess it just hasn't happened in a while.
Yeah.
Look, I would have. It's one match.
Yeah.
It saves you the headache of all that other stuff. Anyway, we go on to this the second show on September 11th at Okayama Convention Center, first floor event hall in front of 420 fans. And Kazuyuki Fujita versus Daga was fun for what it was. But this is like all of a sudden instantly like, Soya versus Kenta was nothing.
No.
Kitamiya versus Kaito was not bad. It might have been the match of the show. And then Keno and Marufuji was just a stupid finish of many stupid. with the
Like the
PFL.
match actually
bad.
wasn't that bad. Like I was actually ready to like praise Marufuji a little bit or at least praise Keno for like carrying Marufuji here. But then the finish was really fucking stupid.
Yeah. And then Hiroshima Industrial Hall East Exhibition Hall on the 13th of September. I thought Jack Morris versus Naomichi Marufuji was shockingly passable.
Yeah.
I had very low expectations going into that. They allowed Kenta and Daga to go 13 and a half minutes for some unknown reason.
Yeah.
Oka Sasaki Masakitamiya was a stupid DQ. But Fujita versus Soya had its moments, but it might have gone a little too long.
Yeah. Like I said, Fujita is one of the I think one of the guys I've enjoyed the most in the tournament. But like again, like there's only so long you can go with him. So before he kind of runs out of ideas.
Acros Fukuoka Event Hall on the 14th in front of 621 fans. Marufuji versus Inaba. Man, Inaba tried here. I'll give him that.
Yeah.
Keno versus Jack Morris.
I would say is one of the best matches in the tournament.
Absolutely. Look, Jack Morris has been good.
Yes, I so far he's my MVP of the tournament.
He has been sublime every time. And Soya versus Endo, not bad. But again, like, I don't know. I want more out of that. And then Kazuyuki Fujita defeated Kaito Kiyomiya in 850 with the Beast Bomb. This was actually good. I think
this was actually really good.
But people were just shocked by the sort of like the brief length of the match and the definitive victory by Mr. Ironhead.
He did the full penetration pin as well.
Yes, he did. Whatever. I don't care anymore.
At this point, it's Kaito is what he is. I don't think.
And it's not Kaito's been geeked out anywhere else.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure Fujita's not making the finals either, so I don't know.
No. Like this, I think this is his high point of the tournament, and then he's gonna be like basically like lose a bunch.
Yeah. And then at Kumamoto Castle Hall, Civic Hall on the 15th in front of 538 fans. These attendances are middling, I'd say. Like I said, like there's not much growth outside of Tokyo in this company. I don't want to like get on this. I'm not trying to say Ozawa's not a star and Ozawa has not popped business. Well, also he's been injured, so who knows? Maybe these attendances would be bigger if he was still in the tournament and then get more walk up. But it's not like a noticeable bump at this company. Now, mind you, they're doing better than they were when Cyberfight bought them with these house show numbers. I mean, it was like as recently as 2018, 2019, Paul, they were doing house shows like 150.
Yeah. Like this is much better than that.
Yeah, but it's not like significantly, it's not like a ton of years either.
No.
Okay, Jack Morris versus Hartoki, fun. Galeno versus Ricky Knight Jr. I can't even remember this match.
It was the Ricky Knight special. Like basically, it was just like all of us other matches in the
versus
tournament.
Daga, actually not bad, I thought, but of course Kitamiya wins.
Yeah.
Keno versus Daiki Inaba, good. Kaito Kiyomiya versus Oka Sasaki, decent. Tetsuya Endo versus Kazuyuki Fujita. He pinned him in 7 minutes with a crucifix hold, and Paul was another shitty dumb finish.
This might have been dumber than the Marufuji versus Keno finish, to be honest.
Was it? He hit was it a 450 or Burning Star press on him?
I think he hit the Burning Star press. Fujita kicks out and then gets rolled up in a crucifix.
No, kicks out at 1, Paul.
Oh yeah, kicks out at 1.
And then
kicks out at 3.1. Kicks out at 3.1 on the finish as well.
Yes.
And then basically Endo has to like shoo Fujita out of the ring so he can like do his victory speech because Fujita was just hoganing it up to like absurd degrees where he's just like, "Nah, I can't believe you beat me, brother."
Yeah. Oh, did we mention I hated Kenta versus Masakitamiya with the interference in the cradle?
Oh, that was so much
Which was on
interference.
The show on the 14th. Yeah, that was not good.
Yeah.
And I thought that might mean something because, like, Paul, I don't know if they're actually pushing Kitamiya or they just gave him a new gimmick to go inside with Team 2000X. Because it doesn't feel like it's like a hard, like you could push him harder if that's what you're trying to do, is all I'm saying.
I don't know. I actually have a feeling that they might be like trying to go for it. I think he's getting a title shot at least.
Yeah. I don't know. I just feel like you could have pushed him harder. But anyway, so now we go to the most recent show on Osaka Edion number 2. We had Manabu versus Daga, defeating him in 9:34 with the Dread Sleeper. Perfectly acceptable wrestling. Ricky Knight Jr. defeated Daiki Inaba in 9:30 with the Rikishi driver. I thought this was solid. Inaba also deserves credit in this tournament.
Yeah.
Just a solid workhorse in like the undercard. Naomichi Marufuji defeated Harutoki in 11:04 with the Shiranui. Now, excuse me, but I gotta say this: Harutoki, I thought, has been middling. He needs to step up if he wants to be a star. But I actually thought this was one of Marufuji's better matches in the tournament, and I thought he worked hard here. Obviously, wanted to work hard against the veteran. Probably it was the inspiring thing.
And I think Harutoki is also one of those guys that Marufuji really likes.
Yes. So this is.
I think that helped, but I have to say, with Harutoki, I don't know. Like, this is just kind of confirming my suspicions about him, where I'm like, he is a perfectly acceptable replacement level wrestler, and that's all he is. I don't think there's anything more here.
In his defense, no one needs perfectly acceptable replacement level heavyweights in the mid-card that are also not 50 years old.
Yes, no, they do. Like, I'm not saying don't put him in these tournaments. I'm just like, I think I'm ready to call it, where I'm like, I don't think he will be more than what he is right now.
Yeah, I mean, even that match with Go was not what it should have been, especially for the momentousness of the occasion.
Or the match with Kaito afterwards.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, and then we had Hiromu Takahashi and Asuka defeating Eita and Daiki Otoshima in 11:22 with a time bomb from Takahashi on Otoshima. That was a lot of fun. Also, Paul, I forgot to ask, I haven't been watching these, but have you been watching the build of Los Copadores versus Alejandro and Fujimura?
No. I wasn't like I know I did the like torturing myself with the undercard for the Royal Road. I didn't do that here. I just skipped straight to the.
I have heard the build-up matches to the junior tag title match, which will be on the N1 final show. They've been actually
okay.
I haven't seen them yet though. Galeno versus Jack Morris, fine, but they had to do the double count out for obvious reasons. Where
this is definitely one of those where like the Ozawa injury, like this is because of the Ozawa injury, they had to do this finish.
Well, also Jack Morris is supposed to face Ozawa on the final block night.
Yeah, and he's getting that W.
Or
no, he does because of forfeit, so he gets 2 points.
So, Paul, I took these standings from Pearl Love. Are these got the forfeits already in
them? Let's double check what the Noah website says. I think they might. Okay, it's taking forever to load. Oh no, there we go. Filling audio. I mean, okay. I mean, give your take. If so, right now you think the standings are already in there. Okay. Okay, here we go. So here are the standings. So for yes, the Pearl Love don't have them in them.
Oh,
but the standings on the Noah website do, because on the Noah website, Jack Morris has 11.
Ooh, okay. So, well, let me ask you this, Paul: is Jack going to the finals? Because I think it's not impossible. But what do you think?
I think he has a very good chance of going to the final, because
well, at this point, it can only be Marufuji's not going.
No,
Keno. I mean, he's all the way at 6, but who else would they put in other than Marufuji?
But Keno only has one match left.
Oh, he does.
Oh, and yeah, Keno only has one match left because the other one is the forfeit, right? Like he is the forfeit from Keno only has one match left, so he can only get to 8.
So Keno can't catch Jack Morris or Galeno then.
Actually, the only person, unless I'm completely wrong, the only person that can actually still catch Jack is Galeno. Because Galeno is on 9.
Morris beat Marufuji.
Yeah. Marufuji has one match left. He can get, but he gets 2 points, right? So, he's at 8 Jack now, so he gets to 10. But Jack doesn't have any matches left.
He doesn't?
Jack, on the Noah website, there's no match listed for him.
Okay, what about on the show on the Saturday?
Does he have again on the stand? He doesn't. He's done. He's done with his tournament matches.
And Galeno versus Marufuji is on the 20th.
Yeah.
And then on the 21st, what block?
It's Inaba. Is it Inaba? Yeah, I think it's Inaba.
Galeno versus Keno.
Oh, Galeno versus Keno, yeah. But who does Inaba have a match with left there? Wait, who's that?
Harutoki.
Oh, Harutoki, okay. Yeah, then they just show that one incorrectly then.
This makes no sense to me. Are they just going to send Marufuji through?
But Marufuji can only get to 10. He can't get to 11. He can't catch Jack.
No. Oh, right. Jack has 11, right?
Yeah.
Oh,
the only one that can is Galeno. Like, if Galeno wins out, he's in. If he
and they have a double count
loses,
out. So
if he loses one,
Okay.
yeah.
So it looks like the situation is it all comes down to Galeno versus Keno.
Yeah.
And if Galeno beats Keno, then there has to be a playoff between Galeno and Jack Morris because they went to a draw in a double count out.
Yeah.
So that's your that is your suspense in Block B, I guess.
Yeah. Block A, there's a lot more people like still alive.
I think Morris is going through then. To be completely
honest.
honest.
I think Morris is going through. And I think that's why they did the draw, because their math wouldn't have worked out otherwise.
Yeah. Also, Morris is over, and it just feels like the right story.
Yeah, he just turned face.
I had this idea but everyone seems to hate it. But Kitamiya versus Jack Morris.
Oh, they actually, sorry, on the Noah website, they actually listed out. So, like, I mean, as far as they have it here, Marufuji can still win. So basically, they have it like the only people not eliminated are Jack Morris, Galeno, and Marufuji.
Yeah.
And in Block A, the only people eliminated are Daga and Olka Sasaki, and everybody else still technically has a chance. But I'm just gonna send you the standings.
Yeah. I know. I think in Block A, the leading candidates are Kitamiya and Kaito, actually.
Yeah.
Especially,
do you think they're going to send Kitamiya to the final?
It's a Cork and Hall show. That's probably already sold out.
Yeah, they could do it.
Right.
But then again, Kitamiya just lost to Kenta. So it's weird. Like, I mean, if you give him it's weird that he lost to him in the tournament and then he's going to lose to him again.
Jack Morris versus Kaito Jack Morris versus Kaito would give you the best quality final.
That would be the best. Yeah, that would be the best match quality final. Yeah. And again, you could have Jack win straight up.
Yes. Yeah.
You could just have Jack win.
You're main eventing Sumo Hall with Jack Morris versus Kenta.
Yeah, that's true.
Oh, sorry, Endo.
Actually, I think Endo versus Kenta, I think, is a good option as well.
So Endo and let's change this. Kiyomiya and Endo are probably top choices for finalists, right?
And them against Jack, I think that's a good match either way. I feel like.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Well, this is very interesting, but I mean, the tournament hasn't been okay. Like I said, a higher ceiling or higher floor than the Royal Road, but it's just so many more matches. It becomes much of a slog.
Yeah.
Because I would turn on an All Japan show, and I only have to watch like 2 or 3 matches.
Oh, actually, sorry. I'm just going to read out what Noah wrote about the current situation in A block. Only Fujita has a chance of winning A block on his own. So basically, like, if he just wins out, right? Like,
but I think
he's the only one that doesn't depend on somebody else losing.
I think Kitamiya is beating Fujita.
Oh yeah. No. I don't think Fujita's going through.
No. Also, that pays the story.
Yeah, and if Sawyer loses on the 20th, he's eliminated. And then this feels like them trying to it's basically then Noah also kind of threw up their hands, because then they just go like, on September 20th in Hamamatsu and September 21st in Utsunomiya, there will be a ton of head-to-head matches between teams in the A block advancement zone. This feels like them trying to sell people on buying tickets to the shows.
They've given up.
Yeah.
they're not big shows either. I mean, these are going to be 500, 600 max.
Yeah.
Yeah, they've punted to the. Well, I mean, I guess we're still waiting on it. Going through. Well, could they say like, hey, look, we need to add some drama to this and have Galeno beat Keno and then do the playoff?
It could also just be that Galeno just wins out.
Oh, Galeno can surpass Morris?
Yeah. If he has 2 matches left. Like he has 2 matches. He's on 9 now. He has 2 matches left. So he can just he's the only one that can still like get ahead of Morris, really.
Would they do an All Rebellion versus All Rebellion final?
So Kaito versus Galeno?
Yeah, I'm not sure how well some of those other guys would work. I would trust Kaito.
Yeah. No, I also don't think you want to put Galeno in that spot. Like, I think Morris feels like somebody, I think that's kind of earned the spot as well.
I agree. And it's not like Morris has to win either, but he gets to being a tournament finalist.
Exactly. Like the Carl Enders spot, basically.
The never ending is he leaving? Well,
Yeah, that too.
Junior is more likely to leave than Jack Morris right now.
Yeah, at this point, actually, not that he's in the tournament and everything, and also with whatever weirdness is going on with like WWE signing European guys, because it doesn't look like Josiah is going anywhere.
Yeah, but I thought Josiah was in that class with Mike D and Ig LeBlanc.
Two are definitely leaving, yeah, because they've had like tons of like goodbye matches, but then Josiah had the goodbye match in Retro.
Multiple goodbye matches, it feels like.
Yeah, because I think he's had a goodbye match in Rev Pro, but then he's now just still wrestling in Rev Pro regularly, so it's weird.
Like I said, WWE's distracted, right?
Yeah.
You've got AAA,
Yeah.
AEW counter programming, and now taking Mania to Saudi.
Yeah.
So
if anything, we're going to see a WWE Saudi Arabia before we see a WWE Japan.
So I feel like, what's the point of engaging in Europe because it's not on your main battlegrounds or places where you're making tons of money? Like, why start up a NXT Europe if the Saudis are handing you like over $100 million for 2 nights of WrestleMania?
Exactly. And it's not like it's even working because AEW still draws like it doesn't look like AEW has any interest of really going over there much more than they are currently.
Yes, they're not going to Paris, they're not going to Berlin.
Yeah, even counter programming them doesn't seem to affect their audience either because they again just drew a massive crowd in London again.
Yeah.
So,
So that is Noah. I'm gonna go Kaito versus I pick Kaito versus Jack finals.
I'm gonna go Endo versus Jack.
Okay. We'll see. I think the finals will deliver.
Yeah.
Of course, watch us. Okay, we'll have a good finals and everything, but Jack announces he's leaving as soon as he loses the finals.
It's very possible.
That's also very possible. But it just feels like he's not leaving.
No.
But when Zack Sabre Jr. announces a match against Tatsumi Fujinami, you're like,
Yeah, that's very obvious what's happening there. Yeah.
Yeah. So we shift back to All Japan. We start off on their show on September 6th at Light Cube Utsunomiya in front of 598 fans, which actually is not a bad little attendance for them on a house show level.
Mm-hmm.
And anyway, there's only 2 matches on this show to talk about. Daisuke Sekimoto defeated Odyssey in 10:30 with a horizontal cradle. This was not as bad as Hideki versus Odyssey, but it was close.
Yeah.
No good at all.
Like half of Odyssey's offense is doing a front roll.
I know. And it's weird.
Like not even a cannonball, literally just a like first day of training front roll.
Well, I mean, given his size, it sort of makes logical sense to a certain extent, as opposed to if I don't know, Shotaro Ashino did a front roll on.
Yeah. No, obvious, but still, like I'm just like that's as much as you can do. You can do a front roll. That's the extent of your like skill.
His Scrap Buster looks good, but there's not much else to it.
Yeah.
But I'll talk about something very scary in a bit that I think might happen though. And then round 2 in the main event, Kento Miyahara defeated Naoya Nomura in 2038 with the shutdown German suplex hold. Paul, this is like the worst match they've ever had. It was still good, but it was not Kento Miyahara versus Naoya Nomura.
Yeah. Oh yeah. No.
Like this is like 3 3/4 versus every other match they've had is like 4.5 or 4 3/4.
Yeah. Like these are 2 guys that had like basically like in 2019 had like my match of the year, and this was nowhere near that level.
The September one or the March one?
The March one.
Oh, I like the September one.
I think that's the general consensus, but like I love that March one just so much.
Oh, don't forget the day after the 50th anniversary show in Korakuen, after Nomura squashed Jake Lee.
Oh God, yes.
But that was a great match too.
Yes, that was amazing.
Yes. So like, they have their we'll see this again, and it's not like I don't think they can do it, but again, they did
it
what
was
they
disappointing.
did in front of 600 people.
Yeah.
So then we go on. Everything's all set up for the show on the 15th at Corkin Hall. 1,469 fans, Supernova vacancy, full house. And I think this was selling decently, but I mean, this sold out because of Taishin.
Yeah.
And there was a lot of people wearing green in the crowd as well. We got a very moving 10 bell salute Most of the times when they come up to 10 bell salutes, it's like for some like 80-year-old wrestler that most of them had never met. This is a very different dynamic. Not since Aoki's passing. In any company, really. Something like this. And Zion was wearing a t-shirt that was like R.I.P. Taishin, and had them both on it. And oh my God, the man is the biggest babyface in the company.
Oh God, yes. No.
He is though.
Yeah, no, he is. Yeah. It's like I was like, geez, that was really moving. Like his thing in general. Yeah.
Yeah, and Hideki and Kento were in the ring doing the 10 bell salute. Obviously, Hideki was very close to him as we sort of pieced together and everything like that. So we begin the show. For the All Asia Tag Team title, very interesting choice of card positioning, but I think it was the right choice in the end. Musashi and Seki Yoshioka defeated Yuma Aoyagi and Atsuki Aoyagi in 1402 to win the title, even though that the Aoyagi brothers had not made a successful defense, which I thought was a little surprising. But you know what? This was still a great match. A little bit of that shut up, stop this from Yuma in the first few minutes, but then this got real good. And Yoshioka and Musashi worked their asses off here. Yeah.
No, I really like the edge and everything that Musashi and Yoshioka have, where they were just fuck off Yuma and just went right to business essentially after like a little bit of like Yuma trying to do comedy. And no, I think they're going to be good champions. So
yes,
yeah, and they're going to be in the real world tag league as well.
Yes, they are. We'll talk about that in a second. Truly a bizarre strategy they have gone with.
Yes,
with announcing half of the teams now, and then they're going to announce the other half later for reasons that I do not know. Well, okay. You want to hear my theory about this?
It's Charlie Dempsey's in the tournament.
No, it's because Ray is injured and they had to scramble to figure
to put together, find whoever's going to team with June. Yeah,
find whoever going to team with June, and then maybe also the pressure is because your top drawing tag team is out.
Yeah,
you might want some like more outsiders with some sort of name value.
Yeah, but yeah. I don't even know who you could get, but yeah, we'll see.
Okay, so then we move on to the semifinals. Kento Miyahara versus defeated Daisuke Sekimoto in 507 with the Samson clutch. Perfectly good little opener. I mean, obviously not what you would want from these two, but hey, I take the blame. We knew this was going to be a short match.
Yeah. I mean, that's kind of why I actually dislike these. Like, we do the semifinals and the opener of the final show because they're always like this because they have to be. Yeah.
And Kento's in so many of these semifinals.
Yes, I've seen this match. This exact, like, people talk about Kento having a formula. It's like, if you think Kento has a formula for main events, Kento has like a formula that he does beat by beat every single time for these semifinal matches.
Yes. And then in the second semifinals, Ryuki Honda defeated Ren Ayabe in 908 with the final vent. I actually thought that this was pretty good for a 9-minute match, especially with Ayabe, and they just got down to business, and technically it was one of the better matches.
Yeah, that's a bit of an indictment of the tournament, but I can't disagree with you there.
Yes.
Also, again, it always looks impressive when like Honda does the final event on like a big guy.
Of course. And I mean, look, did I have a fear that they were going to send a certain winner from last year into this finals? I did, but I felt like they have set up this Honda storyline that we're going to be okay. And I was right.
Yeah.
So next up was Davey Boy Smith Jr., Mr. Saito, Naruki Doi, Kuroshi Tokyo Japan, and Seigo Tachibana in some really wild outfits. Defeating Hokuto Omori, Kuma Arashi, Ryo Inoue, and Shota Kofuji in 958 with the crab hold from Doi on Kofuji. And it was a perfectly solid match. The best way I can describe Seigo Tachibana's pants are as we have Okada pants at home.
Yeah, that's kind of what they looked like. But honestly, I have to say I wasn't really paying attention during this match.
Yeah, it was perfectly fine. What I would say, okay, so this is where I'm going to make a quick aside. I couldn't help but notice, as we're talking on Kofuji, he seems to be a regular now. But Raya Igarashi, who is another young guy who I think debuted at the beginning of 2024, and Kofuji debuted at the end of 2024 in Osaka Style Wrestling. He's announced he's going freelance in October.
Ooh. So he's another guy that could plug in here?
Well, I think they should, but do you think that has anything to do with it?
I mean, it could be, but if I would have expected Kofuji to be the one that like goes freelance. But maybe that's also the thing where maybe he sees Kofuji doing some stuff, and he's like,
Yeah,
okay,
well,
maybe I have better
Kofuji
chance
probably
outside
still
of
has a contract.
OSW. Yeah.
If or something like that, right?
Mm.
He only debuted in December, so his contract might be up in like the end of the year or something.
Oh yeah,
I-
that wouldn't surprise
this is
me. Yeah.
this is a somewhat difficult issue to broach because of Taishin's passing, but All Japan is kind of now in a bad situation for young guys because
Yeah.
Taishin's gone. The Terada retired before even debuting, I think, from
Yeah.
Russian or something, who was Taishin dojo mate.
Yep.
There was another guy that was at ringside for a while, but he seems to have disappeared.
Yeah.
And now they are doing, I can't remember the date, but they are doing recruitment this fall. I don't know if what's happened to Taishin is going to affect the crop of guys that got trying out, to be completely honest with you.
Yeah.
Not a good look for the company, obviously. So, if you can get this Kofuji and Igarashi, I mean, I think you just take them and they become your new young.
Yeah, I think that's the best solution here because I don't know, like we had like a nice crop basically with like Inoue and Anza and everything, but then we haven't really had much since them aside from Taishin, and now there just seems to be nobody else in the pipeline. So yeah, you do need to like the best thing to do is to just get people that are already trained and just kind of plug them in on the undercard.
I mean, these guys are fresh. Kofuji is less than a year in. He's like 9 months in.
Yeah,
and
he's really good for that.
And Igarashi's like a year and a half.
Yeah,
that's take him and mold them. That's like what they did with Honda.
Yeah. Only in this case, OSW still exists as opposed to them taking a Honda after Wrestle 1 dies.
So then we go to Baka no Jidai versus Havoc. And yes, Baka no Jidai still exists.
Somehow, for some reason, yeah.
Hideki Suzuki, Hikaru Sato, and Kengo Mashimo defeated Shotaro Ashino, Zion, and Odyssey in 11:01 with an elbow from Suzuki to Zion. And I was like, what the hell is going on? Because Suzuki and Zion just got into a forearm elbow battle. This turned out to be obviously a tribute to, right, where they raised each other's arms, embraced, and everything like that. So they were just hitting each other really hard. So it is what it is. I actually kind of got into it for a while because it's like, what are these guys doing? So that was your tribute. But Paul, what are the chances that Zion or Odyssey are going to win these tag titles now?
It's possible, right? Because they're in because we know they're in the real world tag league as well.
Yep.
So I wouldn't rule it out. I wouldn't do it, but I can't rule it out, unfortunately.
Well, of course I wouldn't do it either. Yeah, it's just.
But the problem is Havoc's really over.
They are, yeah. And Zion is only getting himself more over with this.
Yeah.
Taishin tribute stuff, right? I mean,
yeah.
Live vicariously, give something to the fans to cheer them up for everything that's happened, right?
I mean, I wouldn't even have an issue if it was Ishino and Zion winning titles.
Yes, that's different, right?
So yeah, it really is like I really don't want Odyssey to be a champion, and I think that would suck.
Yeah, but so just keep that in mind. But hopefully they do the right thing. And then semi-main event. Jun Sato, Yuma Anzai, who got a huge pop coming out, and Rising Hayato defeated Suwama, Dan Turma, and Naoya Nomura in 11:57 with the jackhammer from Sato on camera. This is good 6-man tag match, but there was absolutely zero reason that Jun Sato should have gotten the win here.
Yeah, no, it should have been Anzai. Like that was like, what the fuck? What are we doing here?
Are you really think that Jun Sato is a?
Nah. I mean, to be fair, he is the current Triple Crown champion, but then don't put them in the same match. So, but it also was very clear, like that this promotion needs Anzai as well. So,
oh god, at first I was like, that it's not doing so bad without Anzai, and then it's like, they need Anzai.
Yeah, they really need him. So, I really hope that he's going to be in like a big, meaningful thing at the like New Year's show because I think he really
should be in the main event.
Should be in the main event. We'll see if he will be.
And then. Main event in the 12th Royal Road Tournament. Kento Miyahara defeated Ryuki Honda in 16:11 with the shutdown suplex hold. And much like the Champion Carnival 2020, this tournament was saved by the final.
Yes, it was.
And this is pretty damn awesome. I don't think this is necessarily like the peak of either of these guys, but it was close.
Yep.
And, they teased so hard that Honda was going to win this too. I thought that was a really strong part of this. And I thought, you know what? He really could, I thought. I know that he just challenged, but they did a good job of thinking that he might pull this off. But ultimately, I'm okay with this right decision. And I think this just adds more fuel to the ultimate Honda Royal Road victory that should happen next year. Don't miss Kawada this.
No.
Don't wait too long.
I do think he's winning. Yeah.
Next year is
I do think it's winning. Yeah.
Because is that 3 in a row he's lost finals?
He lost.
Yeah, against Kojima and then Ayabe.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's true. He did lose to Kojima. Yeah.
Kojima, Ayabe, and then now Kento.
Yeah.
He's winning next year.
Yeah. And the crowd really wants it as well. And I mean, the way they built that match, they also teased it so heavily too. But Kento didn't even really get that much of a comeback. I think he hit one knee, then tried to go for the shutdown. Honda breaks out, and then Kento just immediately grabs him and just hits the shutdown as well. That was basically Kento in full desperation mode, where he was just shit, this guy broke out. No, I need to just hit him with this now, because if I don't, I'm fucked. So I think they teased that very heavily, where I wouldn't even be shocked if this is the final again next year, right? Nope. Where they just run this back as the final next year, and then Honda just beats him. Or they even redo the spot where Kento grabs him again, and then Honda breaks out, hits him with the final.
He's already beaten Kento in this tournament, so I don't think it necessarily has to be Kento.
No,
it would be probably your best bet. So before we go and we talk about this show on the 23rd, let's quickly go through the first 6 teams of the Real World Tango League, and I believe it's going to be 2 blocks of 6, but they didn't actually say which blocks these teams would be in. So we've got Davey Boy Smith and Kento Miyahara.
Yeah, I'm disappointed by that.
Well, Paul, I think it opens up a very tantalizing alternative.
Okay.
Hideki Suzuki and Kengo Mishima.
Mm-hmm.
Hakuto Omori and Kumo Arashi.
Yep.
Naomi and Talos.
Yeah, I am actually I'm really intrigued how they're gonna do, to be honest. That's
could be fun. Could be a disaster.
Yeah, exactly. I don't know which way to go with with these giants. It could be absolutely horrific, or it could be oh man, these guys are actually awesome.
Zion and Odyssey, as we mentioned before, and then Musashi and Seki Yoshioka. We've got a calendar, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 8 shows from November 22nd to December 10th. Obviously, it begins at Korakuen Hall and ends at Korakuen Hall. And I do not see anything particularly interesting on this. Is the Kumamoto City Food Exchange Hall the famous food market?
I think that might be the food market. Yeah. I mean, in that case, you have to have Talos and Ren Ayabe win, and you give him 2 big slabs of beef, right?
Yes, of course you do. So the mystery remains who's June teaming with. Mm-hmm. I mean, I wouldn't be against just sticking Naruki Doi with him.
I think that's the most likely option, to be honest, is Doi.
But Paul,
it just depends if Doi wants to do that.
Kento and Davey Boy means we could get Aoyagi and Nomura as a team.
Oh, yeah. Which I think, again, is very likely, because that's what they're doing.
Let's talk about this show.
Yeah.
The show that was, first of all, I thought this was a pretty good show, especially by current All Japan standards. I mean, this is what I was talking about, Conflicted. I was like, damn, that was a good show. This company feels like it's going somewhere again.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, right. But, with Taishin and everything, it's like, oh, God. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, but, aside from that, it was kind of a bounce back in a weird way that, All Japan needed. Leaving that tragedy aside, they needed some sort of thing to, that show, I think, in a weird way, and injected some energy into them.
I should also note that Kento, in his post-match celebrations, he held a picture of Taishin Nagao with him the entire time, paid tribute to him, and on the cover of Shoe Pro this week was, Kento kneeling with the trophy and that picture of Taishin.
Yeah, but was a really nice touch.
A consummate professional.
Yeah.
Okay, so Arena Tachikawa Tachihi, which is in Tokyo. I think it is that, if I'm not mistaken, it's that western part of Tokyo outside of the special wards.
I think so.
It's a basketball arena, and we can all figure out who found this place.
Yes. How many basketball arenas are there?
It's at the west end of Tokyo, outside the special wards. Yeah.
Oh Jesus, yeah, it's all the way out there.
Yeah.
Yeah, who knows how many people are going to show up? Is there an airport next to that? Oh, there's a military airport next to it.
Excuse me, self-defense forces.
Yes, sorry, they don't have a military. Sorry, I forgot.
Let's just take a quick look at I'm taking a look at the tickets here, and I thought they were moving a bit. I mean, we're still 5 days out, but okay. So you've got 5 tiers of tickets. So the premium seats at 20,000 yen and the special ringside at 12,000 yen have been sold out. All other sections triangle. So
okay,
it'll be decent.
Yeah, I mean, if everything else triangle, like that's a good sign. Like if you have sold out tickets and then everything else, like including the cheap seats, are triangle, that's a really good sign. Yeah.
I mean, they usually do sell. If All Japan can't sell its premium and ringside tickets out, then it's going to be a bad attendance.
Yeah.
So we've got, to begin the show, Shotaro Ashino, Davey Boy Smith Jr., Seki Yoshioka, and Fuminori Abe. Oh, Paul, I'm sorry. Before I do this, we got to talk Takuya Nomura. I totally forgot to put in the run sheet. He has kidney failure right now, and my thoughts are with him. I mean, just obviously an incredible talent, and I mean, it sounds like probably he's going to have to get a transplant or something. So I don't know if he'll ever wrestle again. To be complete, that's really sad.
Yeah. That would be a shame if that's like how his career ends, basically.
Yeah.
I mean, it did say that dialysis is not necessary yet, so it doesn't seem like it's critical, at least.
Yeah. On the next Fighting Detective show, they are doing also Muhammad Yone and Yuki Ishikawa versus Daisuke Ikeda and Ikuto Hidaka.
Yeah, which that actually
incredible.
Yeah.
Actually. So yeah, I just totally forgot to put that in the run sheet, and then I thought of it when I saw Abe's name.
I actually before I was like, we need to put that on as well, and then I also forgot to tell you to put it on. So
yeah, so much has happened this past week, I mean, these Big Japan guys. I know he left Big Japan, but there's a bit of a curse of these top.
No, they definitely are. Yeah.
Sakamoto's injury, Okabayashi hiatus, quote unquote, if that's what you want to call. Bad luck.
The young boy getting like screwing up his knee by like lifting Hama.
Oh God, was it the Asakawa guy?
Yeah.
Oh no. Okay, I didn't hear about that.
Oh, did you not hear about that? No. That's why he's been off Big Japan shows. I think he tore his ACL trying to lift Hama on the spot. Yeah.
Oh my God, that is so bad. Because
he was somebody they had like I think a lot of their hopes like on.
Oh yeah, they're pushing him hard.
And he's gonna be out for like a year. Yeah, basically.
Well, I'm gonna still watch Big Japan for now anyway. Okay, they're facing Renai Abe, Rising Hado, Ryo Inoue, and Shota Fuji, so that could be a nice little opener. Paul, this is the only negative spot on this show because everything else looks great. But we got a KR TV title battle royal, which is Takashi defending against Hokuto Mori, Kuma Arashi, Aizawa #1, who might be like the worst wrestler they use, actually. Kuroshio, Tokyo, Japan, Sego Tachibana, Naruki Doi, Senor Saito, and Kikutaro.
Yeah, I mean that's like time to go do something else during that match.
I'd expect Takashi to retain, in all honesty.
Might as well. Because I don't really see like a point of putting it on any of these other guys. Like,
well, Sego, but that's it, because you can't go wrong with
Sego
being the champion.
True.
And then next up, a rematch that I've actually very eagerly awaited for, the Pro Wrestling 2025, the, in all caps, Daisuke Sakamoto versus Dan Tamura. And I loved their last match.
Yeah, no, this is going to be fun, yeah.
Yeah. Now, that was before Sakamoto's injury. I mean, I don't know. Sakamoto hasn't done much. He just looks like 40-something-year-old Sakamoto, but I'm curious against him with an opponent that can, go.
And I mean, it's the only other singles match on a fairly big show as well.
Yeah. Next up, Paul, since we're on the topic of Daisuke Sakamoto, before I announce this match, I want you to get the famous image of Daisuke Sakamoto wearing that t-shirt and flexing that says, "I'm hard." Because we have Yuma Anzai and Ryuki Honda versus Yuma Aoyagi and Naoya Nomura.
I mean, there's no way this isn't going to rock, right?
This is what this company could be.
Yeah.
Got its shit together, right?
They didn't randomly split up New Pier. Well, okay, they put them back together now, so I'm gonna forgive them.
I mean,
so,
these two,
but
both of these. I'm sorry, but both of these teams have to be in the Real World Tag League.
yeah, I mean, I feel like both of them being here, like, I think that's like just the biggest spoiler ever that they're gonna be in. Like, because why the fuck would you put this match on the show if they're not gonna be in the tournament?
And Paul, with the Saitos out,
Yep.
you'd be stupid not to make this the Real World Tag League Finals.
Yeah, that's man, you actually took away what was gonna be my hot take. Man.
Yeah,
This is just gonna be a preview of the final, basically.
Unless you got like FTR or the Young Bucks in the Real World Tag League, there is
Somehow,
no
yeah.
argument.
Yeah.
There's no argument that this should not be the final.
Yes, absolutely.
And maybe the winners here will be the signal of who gets their win back in the finals.
That might actually be a good option. Yeah.
I don't even have a preferred choice here. I think because Nomura's already beat Honda in a singles match.
Hmm?
I think what? I think you have Yuma and Nomura win here, or Aoyagi and Nomura win here, and then Anzai and Honda win the Real World.
Yeah. And that was actually going to be my take as well, because I think as much as I love like Yuma and Nomura, I think it now needs to be the time. Now that you put them back together, now is the time. And with Ray Saito out as well, like you just make like Yuma and Honda like dominate the tag team division.
Unless a certain Anzai is going to be in the main event of.
Okay, but here's the thing. Like, it's not like All Japan doesn't do this regularly, where the Triple Crown champion is also the tag team champion.
Yeah, that's true. So, okay, so here's another thing. If Nomura signs on the dotted line again, is he getting the Triple Crown reign?
Yes.
Is he demand one?
If they do sign him to a contract, I do think he's getting the belt, yeah.
Yeah, but we'll have to wait. That will not be settled until January.
Yeah. Oh man, you're gonna see me like dance in Kurikan Hall if that happens.
Yeah. Although the funny thing is, I expect Yuma Aoyagi, the one to be eating the pin in the Real World Tag League Finals.
Yeah.
I would protect Nomura for now.
Yeah, I would make Yuma can take some pins, it's fine. And they're not going to be I don't think they're even going to be taking a lot of pins, because I think they're going to be fairly dominant.
Yeah. And if this is the final, they'll be in separate blocks.
Yeah.
I mean, that Real World Tag League could be pretty good, because these guys could have good matches against shittier opponents, shall we say. So, depending on how things shake, I mean, it's, I don't know, mid is what I'd call the current lineup announced, but you could turn into real good, real fast.
Yeah, it depends what they announce in the second half. I mean, if they add these two teams to the tournament, that's already a massive improvement, and then who knows who else is there.
Yeah.
Because those were like all of the really obvious teams, right?
So, yeah.
Like,
and
yeah.
Also, who's left of the heavyweights that doesn't have a team? Ashino
doesn't have one. I guess maybe because they said that, Dan.
Okay, listen to this. You add Honda and Anzai, Aoyagi and Nomura, and Ashino and Tamura. That's like,
unless you want to add like a new guy to Havoc or something.
Yeah, that could also be possible. Killer Cross. No, I'm
keep your eyes on Arena Tachikawa Tachi.
So that's 3 teams, but you're running out of regulars.
Yeah, that's why I'm actually kind of curious who else is going to be there, because we need like 3 more teams after that.
Yeah, watch them just do Anzai and Hayato and the Aoyagi. Not that those aren't good teams, but this is the maximizing it.
But then you can't just leave Honda out of the tournament.
Yeah, exactly. Who's Honda going to? I would not be shocked though, considering this is All Japan. Money is an object. They just throw Hayato and Atsuki as a team.
Yeah, I actually was going to suggest that, to be honest, because it seems like they're willing to like put juniors in this tournament. So
it depends on the budget, I guess.
Yeah.
But yes, I mean, this tournament could become amazing if they are not idiots. And this match is going to be amazing. But it's only the 4th from the top, because we've got 3 more matches We've got for the PWF World Junior Heavyweight title, Atsuki Aoyagi versus Musashi, which, I have pretty reasonable good hopes for. Musashi, I think, has gotten better over his length of his All Japan run. And then for the World they should have the juniors ahead of this.
Yeah, can't have a main event with this.
Also more, just terrifying idea of a title change, especially when we make it the semi-main. Okay, World Tag Title. We already mentioned this. Hideki Suzuki and Kengo Mashimo versus Zion and Odyssey. I mean, look, I don't know what Mashimo can get out of these guys because we know Hideki can't do shit.
Or doesn't want to,
Or doesn't want to, even though he brings these guys in and it's mind-boggling. Yeah. I mean, look, that he worked hard against Zion in that very simple, elbow thing.
Mm-hmm.
But
I mean, maybe, but I don't have high hopes for this match.
No. And then in the main event for the Triple Crown, Jun Sato versus Kenta Miyahara. And this will be Kento's second challenge, just like Yuma Aoyagi had his second challenge. Paul, there is absolutely no justification for Jun to retain this.
Yeah, also how many...
less of a justification for him retaining over Aoyagi, too.
Yes, because also how many lost Triple Crown matches would this be for Kento in a row? Like it's 5. We're on 5 or something, right?
Yeah, he lost the Triple Crown in February of 2023 to Yuji Nagata and hasn't held it.
Oh Jesus, wait, really? Has it been that long?
Yeah, 2.5 years.
Yeah, so he lost to Yuma. Jesus, then it has to be more than 5 almost at this point.
He lost to Nakajima. He lost to
Yuma. Yeah.
He lost to Anzai. He lost to Jun Saito.
Yeah,
there might be another one I'm forgetting.
Yeah.
But
I mean, that's a lot. That's a lot of like for a guy that is paid like kind of maybe still the ace, I guess. Probably it's either him or Anzai. Like, he is still the ace. Maybe not for much longer, but still, like that's a lot of like title matches for Erase to lose. So no, I think he absolutely like has to win here. I don't think there's no reason to really continue the June reign. Like especially now that like Ray is out injured, so he can't even run back like brother versus brother. So, like, there's just zero reason to keep the belt on Jun Saito.
But, Paul, I simply cannot feel confident to say, Kento is winning.
I don't know. I feel like I've said that every single time Kento has challenged. Well, maybe unless, like, maybe not the June challenge. I think for all of the other ones,
it's not even about Kento per se. It's about this damn title reign.
But, like, what's the end goal if he retains here?
Anzai versus Jun Saito at New Year's?
I guess.
I'm running out of options here.
Yeah.
Look, if you have Kento win, you can get him. They got another Korakuen coming up in early October, and then they've got the Hokkaido tour. So that's a couple of defenses, and then the Real World Tag League, and then New Year's.
Yeah,
I don't really see what you've got, especially given the sort of year that they've had, other than Anzai versus Kento, or maybe even Nomura versus Kento, or Yuma Aoyagi versus Kento. Those are the two dark horses.
Yeah, so but they're all Kento matches, right? Like there isn't really one for like
There is no
Jun has beaten everybody. Jun has beaten everybody. There's nobody there. So that's why like it just doesn't make any sense for Jun to retain here.
No, it doesn't. And those are your options for New Year's. Now, Paul, my question is, if Kento wins, do you have him with another extended title reign, or do you get that belt back on Anzai at the end of it?
I think you can actually keep it off of Anzai a little bit long. I would put it on him next year.
Yeah.
I would have him lose. I would have him lose New Year's. I would have him win the Champion Carnival and beat Kento after that.
I think that works. He's due for Champion Carnival victory.
Yeah, because then you can also again you like presumably like the way we have it laid out, right? He wins the Real World Tag League. He loses the Triple Crown match, but then he wins the tag titles, carries those for a bit, then wins the Champion Carnival and like takes it off of Kaito.
And maybe I'm getting ahead of myself. Maybe we could save this for like a end of the year episode, but 2026, is it time to belt up Honda?
Yeah. I think he wins the he wins the Royal Road and then beats Anzai.
The only interesting thing left in this equation, though, is if Nomura signs, where does he fit in all of this? And I can't believe that he would not say about me.
Yeah, I don't know, where he would fit. But then, like, I mean, if he signs, do you then have to immediately put that? Like I said, he's going to win the belt, but do you have to then immediately in the first year put it on him? You could probably wait another year, right?
Body holds up.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So I feel like there are some interesting options here. Like I feel like, but they're only interesting options if you take the belt off of June.
Yes, that's the main point.
Yeah.
So summing up, N1, meh.
Yeah.
Big ol' meh.
Yeah.
Although I have some confidence in the finals.
Yeah.
All Japan, I mean, they could be turning a corner here, but they might not. I don't know.
Yeah. There's the whole legal situation as well, but that's gonna take a while to get like untangled.
Yeah. I'm not gonna lie, Paul. I was like hoping that Fukuda would be.
He might still be. We don't know.
Yeah, I know. We'll see where that goes and everything like that. But I mean, look, Nomura back in the mix, Anzai back. You know, they could look. There is opportunities to be seized if a smaller company wants to step up. Now you probably need some money to do that, but you know, New Japan is treading water. I think there's a thirst for young talent, and despite the very lackluster year that All Japan has had, it still has some incredible young talent.
Yeah.
So
they just need to make use of it. That's the thing.
And everything like that. So, you know, this is sort of a hard episode, starting off with Taishin and everything, and just want to again say my thoughts and his family and everything like this. And you know, it's just, it does feel weird to sort of enjoy wrestling, but I mean, life does go on, and you know, from these sort of things, and it's watching wrestling that sort of get, you know, especially because of how wrestling is such a fucked up business, right?
Yes,
it's just the tip of the iceberg of tragedies, and yet through all of this, even through all of those deaths in the 2000s and Benoit and everything, I never stopped watching wrestling. And I'm not going to stop watching wrestling, but I am going to take some time to reflect and just, you know, remember, you know, the sacrifices the people in this business make and everything. And they really do put their life on the line. I know this was out of the ring accident, but they really do put their life on the line every step in the ring, because the most anodyne or inane moves have led to permanent injury.
Yeah.
In like freak accidents and everything like that. Like, right. We just had Takayama Mania, you know, another example, which I didn't see anything of because they aired it on Abema. If that shows up on Wrestle Universe or something, I will take a watch of that and report back. But just remember, so we will see you in a couple of weeks, and enjoy all the wrestling out there. Bye.
Hey kids, Jeff Hawkins from Shake Them Ropes here, and for almost 15 years we have been part of Voices of Wrestling. Myself and Chris Novembrino give a review of that week's news, the lazy river of wrestling criticism of that week's WWE and AEW, and then Vader Club, where we watch something from one of our past, or something we may have missed. Smart, snarky, and sometimes serious, but not always. That's us, and if that's your vibe, we'd love to have you listen to Shake Them Ropes every week on the Voices of Wrestling Podcasting Network.
Hey everybody, my name is Jesse Collins, and I am the host of the Gentleman's Wrestling Podcast, a show right here on the Voices of Wrestling Podcasting Network. On the Gentleman's Wrestling Podcast, we take a deep look at individual issues and stories that are going on in the wrestling world. Each episode is about a different topic, and we take a thorough and educated look at things ranging from current booking trends to breakdowns on individual performers and angles to investigations into different fan cultures across the industry. In addition, we keep a close eye on the wrestling media, and as a professional journalist, I bring a unique perspective to how current issues in wrestling are being covered and discussed through the wrestling media. We have a revolving series of guests from across wrestling punditry joining us on each episode, and we hope that you make the choice to give us a listen on wherever you get your podcast from.